You guys thought I was muted. Oh my goodness. I already got you. Literally 1 second in. 1 second in. And I already got you guys. See, look, all those people saying no sound, no audio. First things first. I started it off perfectly. And there's still no sound, I think. I think there's still. Wait, no, yes, there's sound. Okay. I thought I was saying all that still muted. You guys thought I was. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyways, hello to everybody. Welcome to the World Show. And Joey, asking a very important question: why am I not in school? Well, today I'm getting ready for homecoming because I had the comedy show Saturday, but now I'm going to homecoming. So last second preparations for that. And I thought, why not hang out with some of my favorite people from across the pond and the people who technically show up anyway, who are from the United States. But yeah. Yes, hello everybody. Elizabeth Rojas, congrats on getting your learner's permit. Dude, I got my learner's permit forever ago. I got my license already. I got my license May. So yeah. But thank you anyway. Kids going to homecoming. Yes, that is true. I'm going. Hello everybody. Got that link, got everything set up. I'm doing everything here. Oh, I got to empty the jar. There we go. All better. Playing hooky with permission? What's hooky?
Skipping school.
Yes. I sorry. I did not mean to ask that question. I already knew. Crats on that. I'm trying, okay? It's very early in the morning. Gen X Dad's getting mad at me that I'm not talking. I'm very, very early in the morning. I'm very tired. But I'm going to talk to you guys about the fair because the World Show hasn't really got much about the fair recently, so I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about that. So, Buford did very good. He did very good with like auction, like with the money raised, with goats. Out of all the goats, I'm sure he got number one, though they're not tallying it up until like December. They're going to be done tallying it up, so we're not going to know for a while. But I think he did it. Joey asking who's the lucky lady for the homecoming dance. That's for you guys to find out later. Because that is tomorrow, so it's not like you're waiting for weeks. So I'll tell you guys then. Adam Bennett. Wow. Half a C note. Can we get 10 seconds of dead air, please? Now, for $50, I'll shut up for 10 seconds. He's paying me to shut up. People are like, wow, you're really gonna let that guy shut you up for $50? Heck yeah. Okay, well, anyways. See, now that is the best $50 I've ever had in my life right there. Okay, like I was saying about fair, Buford did really good. But when we went to showmanship, I got out first because this guy, the judge, who everyone was not liking the way he was judging, he was going through everything really fast, he wasn't really, he was touching the goats a little bit, he wasn't super consistent. He said that Buford was too narrow. And I was like, what? Because the girl next to me wasn't even bracing her goat. And I was super confused. I was like, you got me out when she's not even showing her goat correctly. Bracing is like how you show your goat. You lean them up against your leg and you like spread their legs out, make them look strong. So she wasn't even doing that. You're supposed to. And I got out first. He walked right by her, went to me, said, your goat's too narrow. Go stand over there. Me personally, I think it's because I was bald. I think it's because of my buzz cut. He didn't like it. He's like, man, this kid's got crappy hair. I got to get him out of here. What?
Hello?
Hi. Yeah.
Hello?
Okay.
Is this thing on?
Yes.
I gotta ask a question.
Okay.
Did someone just pay you $50 to shut up?
Yeah, and you're ruining it.
Wow.
Yeah.
All the times I've worked on this program, with or without you, I get paid to tell a story. I get paid to tell a joke.
Yeah.
I've never got paid to shut up.
Adam Bennett has his priorities straight, okay?
All right, I'm just going to sit over here on Mom's microphone. I'll try to be quiet.
Yeah, with your hat,
yeah,
super tall. Cause
I love my hat, man. Leave my hat alone. Fuck you with my hat.
You look like a freshman.
All right, you go ahead and get back to your goat story.
Okay. So the next day was I was being judged on how I showed my goat. Okay? How I showed him. Didn't matter about him. That's what we all thought. But I feel like he didn't even and we're supposed to make eye contact with the judge in the ring the whole time, okay? And he barely looked at me. And he stayed on the other side of the ring like I smelt bad or something. I swear, I did not. Now, I made sure to spray extra cologne on Buford, too, because that guy's stanky. Because I swear. So, he wasn't near any of us, like, on this side of the ring the whole time. And I'm sitting there with Buford. Buford's being super good for some reason. I don't know what was wrong with him. And he just, I didn't get any placement on that either. I was like, what is this, dude? I'm getting bamboozled. There's something afoot here. Anyways, yeah, that's the short story on Buford and the fair. In the end, we did good with like auction and all that. Hi, you're back.
I get a question.
Hi,
Why aren't you in school?
because I'm preparing for homecoming today, like all day.
What is there to prepare? You just get in the car and you go.
No, get a haircut,
There's nothing to cut. What are you
and
cutting?
I'm getting a tux, a suit, el suit.
So is this like a requirement, or can't you just go in Levi's and say we live in the country?
No, because I don't really live in the country. I mean, I live in the country of America, but I don't know. I just want to have a suit. You know, people are getting dressed up a little bit, so I feel like I'm talking to Dad.
Yeah,
Gen X
he's
mom.
talking to me.
So I gotta stay over here.
Yeah, you're good.
So, it's also just a formality, you know. And
Yeah,
also, you're the one who recommended it as well.
Well, yeah, but I know you're taking the day off. I mean, it seems a little bit
You're-
like
you're the
couldn't you
one-
get it done
you're
after
the-
school.
You're okay.
After school, couldn't you go after school and just like go get a suit?
No.
Well, I think you're the one with the priorities that are messed up. That's just me. What do I know? I think you
I'm
should
gonna
just
put my hat back on.
get
now.
a big belt buckle like cowboys do and put on some cowboy boots, and you're good to go.
Adam Bennett sent $20 saying, "P.S. The 50 and this 20 goes to the whiskey fund." Unless you're going to line school.
Well, now is that line dancing school like a redneck hillbilly, or is that lineman school like you're going to learn to go do electricity?
I'm sure he's talking about lineman school, but the way I said it kind of sounds like I had an accent when I said lion school. Lion school.
I just like that he paid you to shut up and then gave me the money. That's a man whose priorities are right.
Sheets.
Got mom between the sheets.
Melody. First time catching you live. I'm sorry it's not Gen X yet. He will be on soon. I'm just the crappy opening act that lets everybody sit down, get a little chuckle.
Well, as a trained broadcast professional, you didn't turn off your phone.
No, I gotta go turn off the water.
Yeah, you're fine. Just do your job.
Oh yeah, the one time I can't leave the water on. Tomash sent 15 of those. Say I paid to hear the general explain that he is the hero of the show for 25 seconds.
That's right, hero of the show.
I'd say I'm definitely the owner of the comic book series that he's in. So I'm like the Stan Lee of the show, just not as cool.
Wait
no
a
one could be
second.
as cool as that guy.
Now you're Stan Lee. So
And
I'm
the
a s-
Pope. Remember that?
And I'm a superhero. So which superhero am I?
You're definitely Batman.
I don't want to be
I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
You know, I heard a comic the other day talk about Batman and how he's not really a superhero.
Batman's a superhero.
No, because he goes, "I'm Batman," and that's the same voice you hear when you. Do you want some candy, little boy?
Whoa.
So see,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
something wrong there.
Yeah.
Batman is like a pervert in disguise, and he's always out at night.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true. Mike Perkins saying, "What's up, ZEO? Hello, hi, nice to meet you." Very serious question here with Lowrider.
All right.
I took some time to actually think about this. Are you concerned that you might never be half the man your dad is? Now, if
I'm
you
pretty
ask,
fat, so you're less than half that I am right now.
now if you asked my dad, "Are you scared your son isn't gonna be half the man you are?" He'd say that I don't have very big shoes to fill. But in my eyes, I really do, because he hasn't told me all of the hardships that he's gone through, even though I've known he's gone through a lot. If I went through the same life that he did with all the experiences I had, I don't think I'd be able to make it through what he's gone through. I don't think I'd be able to still come back to raise a family. I don't think I'd be able to raise someone like me who's been as difficult as I am, or I don't think I'd be able to make it in life without a high school diploma, you know,
I heard that.
and run successful business after business trying to make it through with all the moving he's done. So he's lived a very complex life that I don't think I could go through. So
And you shouldn't want to.
oh yeah. No, I don't want
Believe
to.
me.
When people are like, "Oh, your dad was a mechanic. Do you want to do that?" I was like, "Have you seen his knees, bro? They're non-existent. They're not there anymore." Like,
Well, we talked about me moving around. Mom and I counted it at one time, and we'd moved 17 times from the time I was 1 year old. This is, with grandma, all the way up until my early life. I had moved 17 times by the time I was 23. 17 times, 17 different houses.
that's just too much, man.
Well, my life is not a plan, believe me.
Oh no,
My
your
life-
whole life is spontaneous.
My life is what happens when you have no plan. So if I can be an example, use the bad example and do
Yeah.
better.
Though I'm using the good example I can get from that is to make do with what you got and to keep pushing forward. Because if he really didn't like push forward as often as he did, he would not be here today.
Here's something I will say. What's the guy's name who asked that question? Is it still out
It was I think they just deleted
there?
it.
They erased it.
It was man.
Okay, well, whatever his name was, it's all right. That question, let me answer it. I know you kind of muddled through an answer there, and they got it.
Yeah.
There is a huge amount of hope for you because I see you actually paying attention and learning some lessons. This morning was an absolute one, and I'll skim through it briefly because
Yes.
we've all gone through this. Every person
Yes.
listening has gone through what you went through this morning, myself included. And I'll lead it up to you and you give an answer. Okay. This will show everyone in the audience where you're headed.
You're shaking the table too. Sorry.
I caught my idiot son fucking around this morning, and I kind of put some pieces together that as he's been going out to take care of Buford, which is a little ways away, he's been sneaking off to see this girl. And I caught him. And today he came home. I said, "Get your fucking ass home right now." He came home. This was this morning, a few hours ago. And he just stood there, and I chewed his ass. And what I chewed his ass for wasn't because he was going with the girls, because he lied. He lied about where he was going and what he was doing. And I told him, I said, "Wouldn't you be better off having me in your corner, helping you through your relationships so you don't have to sneak around and do everything behind everybody's back?" And, he copped to the fact that he had misled me on some stuff. Now, once everything came through, once everything was where it was supposed to be, once you had got caught, once you knew I caught you, once everything came clean, how did you feel afterwards?
I felt relieved because I was going to tell them eventually, but I don't know. I just didn't want to say it. So whenever I did, I felt like,
But wasn't that a weight lifted off your shoulders?
it was just a big weight of like, I don't have to hide this anymore, So
Okay, and this is the thing that I've been telling you recently in life, growing up. I said, if you just talk to me about the shit going on, you will feel better. Even if you fuck up, I can help you get through it. But if you have to deal with the fuck up and you have to hide it, that's going to be a problem.
yeah.
So this morning was a life lesson, and I'm telling you, from the moment he came back in shaking to the moment he walked away going, that feels better.
Yeah.
One of the life lessons when you guys ask if he's going to make it in life, if he keeps following what we're trying to teach him like he did today, he's got a great shot at it.
Here's a good example. So at lunch yesterday, we were watching like scary movie trailers because we were going to say, hey, let's go see the scary movie. And then we were talking about like Ouija boards. And I was like, man, I'd want to try a Ouija board. It's kind of cool. But let me talk to my dad first because he knows a lot more than me about a lot crazier things. And I called him, and he gave me a straight-up answer. I think I listened to my dad a lot more than he thinks because I really take his opinion into consideration because he told me, he's like, here's a great example. Because he talks to me just like he talks to you. He gives a nuts and bolts answer, and I love it. He said, okay, just imagine you're playing a Ouija board. You're saying, oh, dead grandmother, and then a demon from hell comes out of nowhere to mess with you. And I was like, that's fair. Like, I wouldn't want to mess with that, and I don't think there's any reason for me to do that? Like, what is there to gain? You know?
Well, that's right. And my
So-
example was simple. Just what you said. It's like, okay, let's say a Ouija board does have some power. Let's say it can contact beyond our realm.
Yeah.
The basic lesson was if that's true and if that works and if you watch it happen, how do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah.
So my advice was simple. It's like, there's some weird stuff going on there. I'd rather you just look at it and move on. You don't got to make a big stand in front of your friends.
Yeah.
I hate Ouija boards. You don't got
Yeah.
to say anything. Just, see it for what it is and go on with your day is what I told you. Just set it aside and go on with your day. And
Don't be scared of it. Don't
Yeah.
be super intrigued by it. Just say, yep, that's cool.
and then walk away.
Yeah.
Now, you did ask a question during that life lesson too. You asked me, you said, all right, are you just saying shit to scare me?
Yeah, I was like, are you just saying I was like, are you just saying that so I won't do it? Or
Yeah, or is that real? I said, it's a straight up answer.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the way to get through it where you don't look like a schmo in front of your friends, but I'd rather you just move. There's so many other things in life. Why fuck with that?
yeah, it's like, and then he told me the other day, he said, hey, your first gut feeling is the one you got to trust. My first gut feeling has always been Ouija boards are bad juju, don't mess with it. But the curiosity in me wants to like try it, but then curiosity killed the cat. I
True,
don't want to try
yeah.
that at the same time. So it's tough.
Well, and that was a real lesson. It was real short, but I said, your first instinct, and that's for everybody, not just you, that's in life. Your first gut instinct is almost always the correct one, and then you and your
Yeah,
friends,
you
you talk
talk
yourself
yourself into
into
it, yeah.
into another direction. Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I gotta say.
That's all you got to say? Oh, Paige,
Oh, man.
she's got stuff between the sheets.
Did you say you were difficult? Yes, I'm difficult at times. I get it from my dad. Joey saying, did you have a thing for Taco Bell? I love Taco Bell. Mike Perkins, what's up, Z?
Wait a
Hello,
minute.
Mike.
Wait. You just skipped over Joey, and he's the one who gave you the blanket.
Joey. Joey. I need you to I need to say one thing. That Taco Bell blanket fleece thing, best thing I've ever gotten in my life. You want to know why? Because I can jokingly say, hey, look what's on my bed, at the same time of like, look at this cool stuff in my room. It's something to brag about. It's just a great opener.
Yeah.
That's why I have a Taco Bell hat, Taco Bell shirt. I can have Taco Bell merch for days now.
Why don't you just wear that fleece around your shoulders and go to prom or
I
go
could
to
what?
homecoming?
No. That's too much. Jay, you gonna take her to homecoming in a classic car? Did your pops when he went to prom or homecoming? 72 Chevelle. Oh yeah, classic car. 1991 Toyota Camry.
If it's over 20 years old, it's considered classic.
It is?
That's the rule.
Then
If
it's a
car,
classic.
If a car is older than 20 years old, it's considered a classic. And yours is even older than that.
Yeah, it's like 30 years old.
Yeah.
I'd like to say, in the yearbook, they have this thing for best car. I'm going to get nominated for that. And you're supposed to have a phrase that goes along with it. I'm going to say it's a classic. It's a classic.
8-bit.
Yeah. How do you know bamboozled and not hooky? Hooky just took me a second to figure out. Also, you spelled hooky wrong. It's I-E, not Y.
Well, you don't know because Mom translated between the sheets. She doesn't copy and paste.
No, she put it in quotes.
Oh, did she?
She put it
Okay.
in quotes.
All right.
You're
Mom
welcome.
just called you a grammar Nazi from the other room.
You're welcome. I'm here to save you guys. Sean Fuller saying, hey, y'all, watching from Mobile, Alabama. Hope y'all having a great Friday. But a lot of Y's there.
Wow.
Dustin Sutton. Wait, that's the same guy who said bamboozled and hooky. I know bamboozled. I know a lot of words. I say flabbergasted. I say...
What do your friends say when you say old school terminology?
They say it with me now. It's so much fun. Okay. We do this thing now because we saw this guy on TikTok who does funny videos of just like, oh, I see. It's like POV. I see a guy catcalling you, and he goes, "Hey, barnacle brain, get a move on." And he does stuff like this, and it's so funny.
What's wrong with you people? What's wrong with
He
your
does,
age
like-
group?
Like, okay, this is a true story. I was taking my friend to fair, and as we leave her house, her mom calls her and says, "Hey, I think there's like somebody like trying to break into our house, like going there." So we turn around, go over there.
Wait. You turned around and went back.
Yes, I
Wow.
am fully prepared.
Wow.
I am fully prepared to walk up to this guy and be like, hey, lug nut, and just call him a lug nut because I wanted to so bad. And he wasn't there when we got there. He left. So sad.
So you turned around to confront this guy who might be breaking into a house.
Yeah.
And you're going to retell the story to all of us here in radio and TV land using the words, you were fully prepared.
I was fully prepared.
If he had a gun? If he had a knife?
Yes. I was fully committed to going to call this guy a lug nut.
Okay, now that's it. That makes more sense. You were fully committed. Yes, you
Yeah.
were not fully prepared, but you were committed.
This guy looked like a bum. I saw a screenshot of this guy. I was like, what is this guy? Like,
oh, for God's
guys.
sakes. Hey, you know the best part is when you got there and he was gone, you can act tough. That
Yeah,
goddamn
exactly.
right, he better be
yeah,
gone.
he better be gone. Get that guy out of here. But I just feel like it would have been such a funny story if I saw an intruder at my friend's house and I was like, hey, lug nut.
The dude would have just shook his head and kept going through the door. He would have glanced over at you and shook his head, gone, fucking kids, and kept robbing the house. Hey,
well, he
lug
wasn't
nut.
there. He knew I was coming.
Is that like some comic book superhero thing? Is there like some superhero who yells at people before?
No, that's from the same guy. That's from the same TikTok guy.
My God.
He does like so he did POV. They get your order wrong on our first date, and he's driving. He's like, "Oh, they got your order wrong." Jiminy crickets! No, I don't give a flip. I don't give a crap.
Okay.
I'm going in there giving him a piece of my mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gen X Dad. I want to change my answer to no, he's not ready for the world. No, he will not succeed. I need to backtrack on that a little bit. Sorry about that. I had no idea you were this big of an idiot.
Come on, it's so funny.
Funny doesn't get you through life all the time.
It is right now.
Hey, lug nut.
Hey, lug nut.
Stop stealing
Get to
that.
stepping.
Stop stealing that stereo, lug nut. What the hell, man?
It's funny.
You are making me look bad as a parent right now.
At least I had the courage to go back.
Yeah, you were committed. I'll give you that. The only way I'm going to be able to save myself now as a value as a parent is to bring your sister in who's doing great in life and go, look, I'm not a bad parent. She's doing well. That's all I
She's
got left.
piggybacking. She's just. What are you talking about doing great?
Your millennial daughter who lives across town, not the one who lives upstairs.
She's piggybacking. She's just like they both are. Oh my God.
How can the whole world that came before you be piggybacking on
You're not piggybacking
on your greatness? What? How does that
not,
work?
Not my greatness. What? No.
What are they piggybacking on?
On her boyfriend. Easy.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's
She's
weak.
getting carried through life right now
She's working 50 hours a week. She runs a restaurant.
because she feels like it.
She runs a restaurant by
Doesn't have
herself.
to.
She runs a restaurant by herself. How is that piggybacking?
She doesn't cook the food.
She runs the restaurant by herself.
Trippy said $20. Here, get a nice Taco Bell meal after homecoming. That's a great idea. Oh my God, that's so funny because the girl also likes Taco Bell. So
That is one of
it's
your
a match made in heaven.
That is one of your criteria.
Yeah, if you don't like Taco Bell, then you're off the list. I always make a joke about like there's an application and interview process. I still need to send the form. I haven't done that yet.
What? For girls?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gen X mom just yelled from her office that's like her. She has applications stacking up for men.
Well, anyways, yeah. Like I said, lug nut.
Oh, so
Yeah,
you told
barnacle
everybody.
brain.
You told everybody about the fair.
Yeah, I did.
Sheets.
Sheets. Beautiful disaster. A tux. Damn, you're gonna look snazzy, CEO. That's my word. I say that.
You didn't say it today.
Just because I didn't say it today doesn't mean it's not my word. I say it all the time.
I bet she said it before you.
CEO, are you sure you're not my son? He's 17 and just caught doing the same stuff. That's not me. I swear, it's not me. There's just a lot of idiot people out there.
I think it's a generational problem.
But you said you went through the same thing, so.
Well, I wasn't as dumb as you.
I love your show with you and your pops. Funniest show ever. Well, you didn't have Live 360. That's not fair. Funniest show ever. You guys are the funniest people on YouTube. I hope you guys get your own show. Thank you. We need a Netflix show.
Doing what?
Like a sitcom Netflix
I'm busy.
show.
I don't got
It'd
time
be
for
so
that.
funny.
I don't have time for that shit.
But
I got
would
stuff
you
I'm
do a
doing.
Netflix show if we got one?
Fuck no.
What?
Because then there's makeup artists, and I start sleeping with the makeup girls. Then mom gets mad. No, I can't go down that road. I know how Hollywood works. I've read
I'll
stories.
get you makeup guys. It'll be different.
I love how you solve problems
Yeah.
for me. Thank you.
Okay, hold on. So in AgMech 3, one of my friends, we have a little group of friends in
That's
our
one of your classes,
yeah,
right?
AgMech 3 class. Sorry. In my AgMech 3 class, we got like a group of friends. And so my best friend is sitting next to me. I'm just on my phone, and this guy across the table goes, "Guys, I lost my virginity." And then my best friend sitting next to me goes, "Who's the lucky guy?" We all started laughing so hard. Oh my goodness. That was probably the funniest moment this week. I was laughing for an hour.
This week, that's the most interesting moment you've had in a year.
Hello from Portugal. Your dad is a damn hero. Gen X rules. Nick,
Thank you.
you're from Portugal. That's the rest of the world show. This is genuine representation of part of this show.
You know, we really haven't got into world stuff today. Not too much.
No, that's your job.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm
Yeah.
just saying we haven't really touched on anything in the
Well,
world.
I like to communicate with these people. You know, I
You're
like
doing
to,
a good job.
It's very hard to yell across the Atlantic Ocean, okay?
Thank God for technology.
I know. I'm looking at the sheets. How old do you think you'll be before you're old enough to take your old man? Pff, never. Never. This guy,
Good answer.
he knows. You know how he always says, old age and treachery beats young age and whatever?
Old age and treachery will always overcome youth and skill.
Yeah, because this guy, the older he gets, the more treacherous he gets. He doesn't care anymore.
Which means I cheat.
Yeah, I know. This guy cheats in everything. I was playing Battleship with him when I was 8, and he moved his battleship
That
after I
is
hit it.
not true at all.
Yes, it is. I was beating you in Battleship.
I have whooped you. You've never beat me at anything when you were 8. Nothing. Okay.
I beat you. I was cuter than you.
No, you've never beat me at anything ever in your entire life. Everything you've won, I've let you win.
That girl from Australia. Hello. Hello. Welcome.
Dumbass kid.
Alan Pitts. I don't think the general will steer you wrong. I'd stick with him if I was you. That's what I'm saying. I'm sticking with him. He's a big body shield, too. So if we ever get in a bad situation, I stay behind him. And, we're
That
cool.
would have been good advice when you turned around to go find the intruder.
Hey, Lognut!
Hang on, let me get my dad.
Alan Pitts. I have a talking Taco Bell dog if you want it. What? What's a talking Taco Bell dog?
Ask Alan if he means yo quiero Taco Bell.
Does that mean I want Taco Bell?
I just said you have to say the phrase. He might understand what I'm saying.
He can hear you.
Okay, I'm just trying to get you to participate in your own demise.
I don't want to do that.
There was a mascot for Taco Bell that was
Yeah.
this little chihuahua,
Mhm.
and it was so popular, they ended up selling stuffed animals and stuff. He might have one.
Oh.
The phrase it says when you squeeze it,
Yo quiero Taco
there we go.
Okay.
Welcome aboard, Gen Z kid.
Matt. Oh, you're deleting. Matt Cushing. Your dad is a national treasure. Hopefully, Nicolas Cage doesn't steal you. I like you. I wish my pops was still with me. Treasure every moment you can and embrace his knowledge. I really wish I treasured all the moments he was like yelling at me over stupid reasons. So I'm glad I'm, treasuring those moments now too.
There's no stupid reasons. You deserved every one of those.
Okay. Hold on.
We hear me yell again?
No, like
Well, then I will sign off from this microphone. You can say goodbye and put everybody on Be Right Back.
yeah. Yep.
And then we can switch places.
Yep. But not like the movie.
No. See you in a minute.
Okay. I'm going to say bye, guys. I'm going to push to the Be Right Back screen. I'm glad I could talk to the World Show. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. If I had a glass, I'd raise it to you. I know it's 10:30 over here, but I don't drink alcohol anyway, so I can drink most liquids anytime I want. So, goodbye, guys.
And we're back. Are we back? Are we here? Are we up? We're down? Left? Right? I would love to keep drinking with you, but I also am not drinking this early in the morning. I do have a full issue of Hawaiian refrigerator water, which I will continue drinking. It's good for me. That's what I was told today. Drink some water. It's good for you. Whatever. If water was so good for you, why don't they put it in an IV and just give it to all of us? They don't do that, do they? No, no, no. All right, so where are we here? It's 10:30. We're halfway through the show. I don't know if you guys enjoyed the kid being there or not, but he was. Nice of you guys to tolerate him, to help him along. He's getting better at that part of the job. Oh, Elizabeth Rojas said, "Hello, handsome. Now we can officially begin." There's a ton of stuff you guys have been asking me. Let me get to some of the stuff you guys have been asking me. First, there's something that came in from RJG. You guys know RJG. He's one of the greatest supporters of the program. He's around all the time. He sent me this, but I haven't had a chance to look it up yet. Wouldn't surprise me, but I don't think RJG would send me something that was full of shit. And this just talks about in America, for those of you across the pond and around the world, apparently people were counting the population incorrectly just so they could have higher representation in Congress. Can you imagine that? People lying so they were in a more powerful position in our government. I don't know. I mean, would people actually stoop that low? Yes, they would. We talked about Brad Baker yesterday. This is a hat he sent me. I was just my Gen X mom came up and said, "Hold up the hat that Brad sent you." So I did. She goes, "Never mind, put it on." I said, "Why do I got to put it on?" She goes, "Just put it on and I'll take the picture." So instead of flipping off the camera, you folks got this. The other one, Brad Baker sent some more stuff. This is stuff for the kid. I got some whiskey, some glasses, Harley Davidson gear. He got a hoodie and a beanie, and he was really happy about it because he's going to wear them. As soon as it's getting cold, cold days are coming. You guys should also remember movie night in the Discord server. Some of the people moderating right now can put up the Discord link. Don't be afraid of a Discord server. It's just a bunch of chat rooms. One of the chat rooms is the movie couch, and nobody's in there except on Monday nights, and we all sit around and watch a movie together. It's kind of fun. You guys should check it out. Next week's movie is Gremlins. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, da-dum-dum. The other one that I wanted to push for you guys, let you guys know, the podcast is still growing. I mean, our podcast is growing really, really well, like better than expected. And the chart, the needle just keeps going up, 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 up. Unlike most stock portfolios that are going down, 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 down. The podcast is going up. And we reached a peak number of advertising dollars. That's right, we broke a record. Gen X Talks earned in 1 month from the massive amounts of views, $123. I know. We're talking that is Hollywood money. That is celebrity money right there. In fact, if we get over $150 in advertising in 1 month, I can't talk to you folks anymore. I will be above you. I will have to look below to you guys. If you guys are not equal to my station in life, if you don't get that $150 that we're shooting for a podcast, then we can't be friends. I have to have limits here, ladies and gentlemen. We have to. But you guys should see you guys should check out the podcast. It is not making any money, and we don't care. It's growing, and we're getting an audience, and people are following along, and they're emailing what's next, what's going on next. The direction it's going right now is the track we're going to stay on. It's a lot of fun. The kid is now out of fair. He's done with the fair, so now he'll be plugging into the podcast more regularly. We have our daughters that come by. It's becoming a family thing, but it also includes what's going on at the moment. Yeah, it's a kind of you follow along the family, but it's at the moment what's going on in politics, what's going on with religion, what's going on in sports. We just touch on those things as you do just in sitting around a dinner table. It's a dinner table conversation, and you guys are welcome to be part of it. It's a lot of fun, and it's free, so you guys can just go check that out. If you want to, I'll let you. Now let me go back to where I was in the podcast I liked, and we'll close that one out. Find the picture and click the button. There it is. Okay, so back to the live stream. Stuff and more stuff. He told you guys about Buford and the fair. The big question, we already know what he was in 3 tournaments in that, 3 inspections, 3 rounds, whatever it was with the goat. They didn't turn out so well. Like he mentioned to you, they blew right by him. The judges did. And then the big one is, well, the biggest one is Best in Show. That's the top dog one. He didn't win that one. I think he came in, 6th or 7th. out of all the ones in there. The big one is how much money did he raise, and they don't even finish collecting the money until the last day you can turn in your money if you guys pledged. If you guys are waiting for a bill to come, an invoice to come, the last time you have to pay it is December 1st. I called and asked. So they're not even going to have a total until after December 1st when all the money is in. They find out who pledged and didn't pay, who pledged and did pay. Then they add it all up. But I will tell you this, he is so far and away above everyone else that I think that there's not even a chance that he would lose that. And that was because of you guys, strictly because of you guys. So as they just keep reminding us, and as that stuff becomes available, we'll let everybody know as soon as we know. But it was a big thing, and it was a lot of fun. And he's going to show next year. He's got one more year. Even though he graduates this year, he gets one more year he can show. He wants to do 2 goats. He wants to do chicken. He wants to do a watercolor thing. He wants to do another floral arrangement. He really wants to participate in the county fair in every aspect he's allowed to. It's going to be a good time. I told him I would support him on the whole thing. Whatever he wanted to go do, if he was really putting his heart into it, I would support him. I'm in. Mike Perkins said he paid his add-on last night. Wife doing hers today. That's great. That's good stuff. We really appreciate it. But like I said, we just don't know until the end. But thanks, Mike. Thanks for doing that. Bryce Barnes, I like this co-hosting here. It reminds me of me and my old man. Bryce, what do you and your old man do? You guys got a radio show someplace? That'd be kind of cool to listen to. Tomas, General, you have to explain for 25 seconds about being the hero and the face of the podcast. Paid for by Bottom the Glass Nation and Bottom the Glass Nation. Yes, sir. Oh, okay. Well, real quick, Mrs. Ford, you're asking about Mike being an add-on. Everyone who contributed money through the Kern County website, you're considered an add-on buyer. Did you actually buy the goat? No. Were you there at the auction? No. Did you pay for the goat at the? Were you the buyer who bought Buford? No. Everybody else who contributed money, everybody else who was contributing money to that cause was called an add-on buyer, and that's true for horses and steers and goats and sheep, whatever you are. If you're not the actual buyer, you're considered an add-on buyer. It's just terminology, Mrs. Four. Hope that clears it up for you. So I have to explain for 25 seconds about being the hero and the face of the podcast. Did anybody ever ask Superman to explain why he's Superman? Did anyone say, Superman, get in front of the microphone and tell us what it means to save Metropolis every chance you get? Did anyone go to Batman and say, Batman, get in front of the microphone and explain what it means to save Gotham City over and over again? So I think it would be a little pretentious of me. I would lose all credibility of humility if I were to accept that challenge and then ramble for 25 seconds on how great I am. I really don't need to tell you guys. I mean, all right, let's sum it up like this. Ready? How am I helping these live streams? Ready? Tomash, I don't need to go on for 25 seconds. I think the evidence clearly speaks for itself. It's hard to get up every day and be this handsome. It's hard to be this good looking. It is. But I try. I put forth my best effort. I make sure that after I become gleaming and glowing, I turn it down from about a 9.5 to a 3. I don't want to offend anybody. I mean, if I got on here and I was this was dialed all the way up to 10, do you know how many people would feel bad? It'd be fucking horrible. We can't have that. All right. Moving along. Eyes wide open. Would love to see the YouTube plaque in the background. I could probably grab it, but I drop it off, and it's on a glass plate back here on the floor where I'm rolling around on. That's a floor mat that's made of real glass. I'll probably break it. But it is the 100,000 one. It's 100,000 subscribers. YouTube gives you that and says, good job for getting 100,000. And you get one at a million. You don't get one. And here comes a thief. Hey, thief, stop stealing our shit. All right, let me see. Gen X Mom was determined to get this. So I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of hard the way I'm showing it. But anyway, it's 100,000 subscribers. I'll try to get that into a position it's tough with the fucking light, you guys. There it is. Gen X Talks for passing 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Presented to Gen X Talks by YouTube. And as you can see, It's the YouTube play button. And now I'm looking at all the comments go by. See, that's how I see the comments. That's how I see your guys' comments. You guys are in blue or green and white, and then if you look over there, it's between the sheets. So a little background, but it's thick, it's heavy. The play button is raised in the middle there. It's pretty cool. There was an unboxing video somewhere. If you go looking around, it might be in members only or in Patreon, but that's the plaque. The one that hits his heart the most is this one right over, well, right here. And this is not the one she showed you. This is not from YouTube. YouTube did not give him his 100,000 subscriber plaque until he was already at 300,000. So he was feeling like he wasn't going to get one. This was made by Lionheart. He's on staff here. He was not on staff back then. He was just a follower, just a concerned citizen. He had this made. And in nice words, it basically said, fuck YouTube. If you're not going to give him the plaque, we, his fans, his followers, his subscribers, we're going to give him a plaque. So this is the first one he ever got right here. It is the one he thinks about all the time. I didn't know which one you meant because there was two hanging here. But that was probably, that the impact of him sending that just meant that you guys cared enough. And when YouTube was kind of screwing him over, not giving it to him, and they didn't have an answer, they didn't have a response, and every time he'd contact him, they'd say, "Well, we're getting around to it. We have to review your page." And then he was sure he wasn't going to get it because of the shit I say. When I run my mouth, he was 100% positive he wasn't getting it, and because they don't have to, it's just if they feel like it. So he got this one first from you guys, from Lionheart, from the club, yeah, and then the other one from YouTube came in officially. But this one will always be in the background when he builds his studio outside out back. That will be part of it. That will always be part of it. You guys, thank you for that. That was a big thing for him. Very emotional moment, but it was well worth it to take the time to make that. We still thank Lionheart for that. Dave Swafford, $10. Turn my screen yellow. Put that in the whiskey. I just react in case of honey scotch. Dave, I'm with you. Have another drink on me, buddy. Dave Swafford, boy, my autocorrect sucks. I know. I was just accusing you of being drunk. Tomas dropped in $4.90. Dewey Osborne, boy, it's really tough to see those. Dewey Osborne, $2. Trust your instinct. It probably stinks. No, it's good. No says, no question says I can't read. It's too small. Shenanigans. Snowman 912. Welcome, Bottom of the Glass Nation, Snowman. You're going to have a good show tomorrow night, Snowman. Make sure you can be around 6 o'clock Los Angeles time. 6 p.m. Los Angeles time. Tomorrow is a big show. You should be there for that one. Adam Bennett. I smoke Pall Mall Red 100s. The kind my grandma used to smoke before she died of lung cancer. Good choice, my buddy. Good choice. Dave Swafford, member for 7 months. He's an extra. Tomash dropped another one in. Yes, you are the general. Thanks, Tomash. Dave Swafford, put that in the whiskey. Dave Swafford got that one. Blake Johnson, general, thank you for the kind insight and thoughtful commentary. Glad to be part of the union. Blake, appreciate the kind words. If any of my ramblings here or abroad come across in any way that you guys can use them in any sense, go ahead. If my failures, if my ignorance is also a valuable lesson, don't be like this guy. You're welcome. Sean Fuller, I'm new to the Discord, still trying to figure it all out, but I will be there Monday for movie night. Sean, when you go in there, just look for Lionheart or Trippy Pineapple. Those are the two staff members that are in there. Either one of those guys will walk you through how to do some stuff. It's not difficult. Just remember, there's different chat rooms. You go in and do stuff, back out. There's a list, and you just go talk about what you're talking about. Mrs. Ford Watton, 123. Is that just for podcasts? Yeah. It's Mrs. Ford. The podcast stuff we do on Anchor, which is part of Spotify. There's a lot of them that are free. I don't know why the kid chose that one. He did. And if you notice when you listen to a podcast, he has a commercial that he recorded, and it gets a place in the podcast. It kind of splits it up into two portions, not always evenly, but close. But if you guys listen to the ad, if they listen to the podcast long enough to get to the ad, for every listen, he gives like a penny or something, or 2 pennies or whatever it is. It's really small. So even though we'll get a podcast that'll get 3,000 plays, which is gigantic, At the end of the month, after the entire month of people listening, the highest one I think we've ever gotten was $127 in 1 month from Anchor and Spotify. That's it. That's it. We don't. I know there's other people that replay things on Apple Podcast, and I've learned there's a whole host of smaller platforms that replay stuff on podcast, and we don't get any money on it. That's it. It was the podcast gives us $123 a month. The paid member site, like on Patreon, is $122 a month, and that's only because some of the members pay extra. They don't have to. They're in there for like $2 a month instead of $1. So there's a few of those. So yeah, it's you from the podcast and Patreon. Between those two, maybe $250 a month for the effort that he puts in on those two things. It doesn't matter though. That's not. I mentioned it jokingly that there's no way you guys can make those dollar amounts any higher. There's nothing you can do. It's just as it grows, as people become more in tune with the podcast, maybe that'll grow some. The way to get a podcast up there, I've been asking some questions because you guys know I've been a guest on a few podcasts now from some big podcasts, and they've had me on. And I've asked them before and after the show, you either have to be so powerful and have so many fans behind you that Spotify would say something like, hey, we want to keep you here. Here's some money. Or a sponsor would come in and say, hey, we're DeWalt Hand Tools, and you put our commercial up there, and we'll pay you this much per podcast, which nobody's done either one of those two things. Or the last one is, and the most common one is, if you get a podcast that's popular enough that people are really drawn to, there are paywalls, like Camino Media. Camino Media is a big conglomerate, and there is a main podcast that carries the program, and you pay like $10 a month to be part of it, but you get all their little podcasts behind the big podcast. But you got to pay to enter Camino Media, and then or whatever it is. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. And Compound Media. I'm sorry, it's Compound Media. Compound Media. And once you pay to be in there, you have access to 35 podcasts. And if you can get them to accept you, then you get a good chunk of that money by what you do behind their paywall. Once they join, they split the money up. So those are the three ways to do it. We haven't been invited to any of those three ways. So the idea for that, when the kid, we have the little sessions with staff on how to grow things and what we're doing, is we wanted to make sure that by October 1st we had a direction, that the whole company, the whole business, the whole brand that he was going had a direction. We decided specific time slots. We're sticking to it. We decided sort of directions. The World Show is supposed to be more political. Hey world, here's what's going on in the United States, and please tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods, stuff like that. This one got away from us, but that's the idea. The Bottom of the Glass Nation show is literally a half-naked party on an airplane going 700 miles an hour through the Himalayas with no windows and no radar. And everybody's drinking and having a good time, and the music's turned up all the way to 11. That's what the Bottom of Glass Nation show is. That's what we try to do every time. I love that show just for that reason. And everything's got its place. Facebook has a happy hour show twice a week. That has its place. Everything has its place in what we're doing. We've got the time slots, the moderators, the direction we're going. The same with the podcast. The podcast has turned a little bit of a corner where now the next 5 episodes are going to really set the tone for where we want to go and see if it grows. The idea is between now and February, everyone on staff, everyone here at Gen X Talks, we're working as hard as we can in a direction. We have everything set we're going to do. Now build. Is the programming good enough? Or is what the direction we've chosen correct? Can we build some viewers between now and February? Let's see where we end up. And I've already told the kid, you may not have anything. You may be just hovering right at certain channels get to a certain level, and they max out, and that's it. All right, if that's it, that's it. Then in February, if we're growing like a blue chip stock, and it's just like 1% every month we're growing, and this is it, then that's it. Then you decide, do you want to keep going? Do you like what you're doing? Is this what you want to do? It's growing, it's steady, it's solid. You have a format. You know, we can't add anything else to the mix. We don't have time to add one more platform, one more thing, do one more gig. We can't than what we've assigned ourselves to right now. And I'm willing to help him all the way through June of next year. When he's out of high school, then I want to hand it to him and go, okay, here's Gen X Talks. Here's what you've created. You have all of us on board. Everybody's helping. You have a great fan base. You have staff that's willing to help you. We've got you to this point. Here you go. What do you want to do with it? And turn the thing over to him. You know, high school is a big responsibility. There's a lot of stuff going on there. So you can't always just pull him out and go, here's Gen X Talks, do what you want. He plugs in as much and as often as he can. Therefore, we're willing to help him as parents, just like we help our other kids when they wanted to go to computer school, they wanted to go to college, or they wanted to go to a trade school, or they were really involved in sports. You try to be as supportive as you can. And admittedly, this is a little bit different by comparison to all of them. I will grant you that. But it's the same idea. It's the same thing. We're just applying some business model things to his brand to keep him focused, rather than him come home from school every day and go, all right, what the fuck? Do you want to play a video game? Are we going to play Halo? No? You want to do a bottom of the glass show? Dad's going to get the whiskey out? Well, I got to be a little more organized than that. You got to be a little more consistent. So that's what you guys should see. That's what you guys should expect. There's some special stuff coming in the works. And as those pop up, feel free to participate. We hope you do. We'd be very happy if you did. But that's kind of the idea. Yes, Elizabeth, we're always open to ideas and suggestions. We are. Just remember that if someone says, what you should do is you should add another show Tuesday mornings at 2 in the morning. I tried that a couple times. I was trying to reach the Australian audience. I set an alarm, woke up, got on the mic, turned on the camera, and I was talking to people in Australia, New Zealand, and over that way. I couldn't keep up the pace. Then the next day, I had, like 3 hours sleep, and I'm trying to do I just couldn't do it. We tried it a couple times. We're open to suggestions, but right now we're trying to fit within the format of what we've decided as a brand, as staff. These are the shows. This is the schedule. These are the moderators. These are who's between the sheets. This is kind of the idea of the Bottom of the Glass show, kind of the idea of the World show. Here's what we think we're doing for the Facebook programming, and just grow and see where we end up. There's little tweaks all along the way, of course, but now you guys know. I haven't really spelled it out quite like that to anybody yet, and you guys heard it. Disney Mama Sammy Joe, $10 towards lunch today. So happy I'm viewing that handsome face of yours, and seeing it has made my day. Messing with Lion. Yeah, you have to enjoy this, but you got to poke Lion with a stick. That's part of get him. You got to do that. I think everybody who goes on Discord should do that. Disney Kid, $40 to go towards however many of the comedy tour tickets for tomorrow night it can. If I buy them on Will Call, it's 2. If we buy the comedy tickets just straight up, it's 3.5, and if I threw in $5 more, it's 3. So I'm with you on that. I'll toss that in there. Michigan Jackrabbit, $20. Flowers for Gen X Mom. Now you guys are buying my wife flowers right in front of me. How does that make me feel? Terrible. All right. So had to find my way to listen to where did I miss here? Oh, Nana. Let me scroll back up here. Boy, I missed a lot. Christopher John, $2. Hail the General. Give the kids hell. Absolutely. They need a swift kick in the ass regularly, whether they've done something or not. I just beat my kids once in a while just for something to do. They got away with something. You smack them around, say, "Oh, this is for all the shit you did that you didn't get caught doing, and now you're in trouble." Dave Swafford, it's 1:30 p.m. here. Can I start drinking? I got brandy in my coffee. Yeah, it's still considered coffee. 49% brandy is still considered coffee. Matt Constantino, I got to say, you're my most favorite person from Cali that lives in Cali. Keep killing it. I'll be listening while I'm cleaning up here in Florida. That's a pretty narrow field, though. You're my favorite person from Cali that still lives in Cali. That means that he knows people that have left California he likes better than me. Oh, Nana A had to find me a way to listen and still work in the dark room. Finally found a headset that had no lights. Yeah, that's dedication. We should all be more like Nana. Find a way in the dark to listen to Gen X Talks. I like that. What is this? Dave Swafford. I don't know how you do anything on this except listen to you and your mouth, which I like. My wife says I'm just like you and you're just like me, but you're older. That's fine. That's fine. But we're not so similar and so close. I can't give your wife a present on your anniversary. You're going to have to take care of that yourself. WFG stuff. Hey, greetings. I'm from Bakersfield, but live in Oregon. My dad, brother, and I love watching you guys. WFG stuff, man. Thank you for that. What part of Oregon are you in? I'm interested. And what does WFG stand for? Kyle Carter. Hey, Dad. Oop, my screen jumped on me. People are fucking with me again while I'm talking. Kyle Carter. Hey, Dad. Can I borrow the Matco toolbox? I need more room for tools. No, I've got 3 boxes out there, and I still don't have enough room for all my shit. Although, if you ask Gen X mom, she'd ship it to you. Right behind my back, tools and all and everything just to get rid of it. Brucey Juicy, hi from Beijing again. Jen, I hope you give me a shout out this time. I love your content. Lots of love. Brucey Juicy from Beijing, man. You got your hands full over there, brother. I know some stuff going on in Beijing. You got your hands full, baby. I'm glad you're taking time out of your day to watch, and I hope things are going well for you. What am I missing? Niner D just stopping in from New Brunswick, Canada. Love the show. Thanks for the laughs and the family, advice, opinions, and fun. Remember, they're all opinions. Pretty much everything I'm telling you is a made-up lie. Or I've stolen it from someone smarter than me. Oh, I plagiarize everything. Absolutely everything. I haven't had an original thought in my head since 1973. So everything you're hearing is on repeat. You just may not have heard it before. Leslie Mathis, Gen X Dad, honey, I can't wait to see you and have a cold beer with you face to face and bullshit for hours. We're talking about a pretty girl and beer. Does it get any better than that? I think not. Brian Chambers, 10 years ago, you didn't see yourself here, did you? Awesome job, guys. No fucking way did I see myself sitting here. 10 years ago, no. I was still, up until very recently, I was still making fun of people that had online friendships. I was still making fun of people that had connections to programs and things online. You know, as who I am, I can sit and watch Johnny Carson at 11 o'clock every night and think that I dig that show, I need that show, I want to be part of that show, and I feel a connection there with Johnny and Ed. But to say it when all of a sudden when it turned over on computer and there was shows and programs and podcasts and live streams, I made fun of the whole fucking thing every chance I got. For 20 years, I'll bet I did. I had no idea that things would turn around, that the course corrections in my life that would come about to make me eat those words, change my mind, and have a completely new appreciation and outlook. The friendships that we've made on here, the connections that we've made, are some of the deepest ones ever. A lot of it is with you guys in here through chats and comments and spending this time together. We're spending time together. Believe it or not, we're not dating. Don't go that far. We're not dating, but spending time. But the emails that I get when someone's down and depressed, and then you just talk to them and you do a lot of listening. The phone calls that I've made to people going through stuff where you've lost your wife or you've lost a son, and you just want to vent and talk and have someone listen. And then on the flip side, kids that their parents that tell me their kids graduated college and they were the most fucked up kid on the planet. They turned their life around. To hear the joy and expression that they're feeling, I'm blessed. I'm so thankful that I got to share one small moment of that. I can't tell you how good it feels. And I think when this comes to an end one day, which it will, all good things come to an end. I think when Gen X Talks finally slides off the charts, I think there will be a big empty hole in me where this place used to be. I gotta be realistic about it. Someday it'll happen. I'm not sure how many of you guys feel the same way. You guys can always flip a station and find somebody new to watch. You can flip a channel, find somebody new to listen to. But it's different when you're on this end and you turn on the microphone and nobody's there. Could happen. So, yeah, I think about a lot of that kind of stuff, but I want you guys to know that what I was focusing on in the beginning was the good stuff. Why would I have a big empty hole? Why would I feel a loss? Why would I feel empty? Because something so great is now missing. If this whole thing sucked, if you guys didn't mean anything, then I wouldn't give a shit. When the whole thing slides over the edge, I wouldn't care. It didn't mean anything. Nobody was paying attention anyway, and I wasn't paying attention to you. You weren't looking at me. Who cared? It wouldn't matter. But it does. And it will. One of those things, man. One of those things. WFG stuff. My name is Melissa. I live in Mount Angel, Oregon. Where can we send mail? I want to send you guys some local stuff. I'm a big fan. Well, Melissa, at the bottom of the website, I think the moderators can put up the look in the comments. I'm sure one of the moderators will put up our PO box. It's a personal mailbox. A PO box you can't receive alcohol or tobacco products. So we opened up a personal mailbox at a UPS store not too far from here, and we can receive those things. So that's what's in there. If not, Melissa, if you need to go look, go to genxtalks.com. Go to the bottom of the website. It has all of our individual emails. We all answer them ourselves. We don't have anyone farmed out to do that stuff. All of us are real people that answer our own emails. But at the very bottom, there's the address is down there for the PMB, the personal mailbox, if you want to send something. So you can look. Gilbert saying hello to everyone. Cabo Santiago, Johnny Carson's birthday is on October 23rd as well. I did not know that. That's right. Gen Z kid's birthday is October 23rd. I know he always forgets to tell you guys because he's not thinking about it. But October 23rd is his birthday. He has an Amazon wish list. I don't know how to get to it. I think there's a link on the website, big picture of Amazon. There was. Or the moderators can put one up here for you. If you guys are thinking about buying him, Stu, but he's got dumb shit on there, like glow-in-the-dark basketballs and all kinds of stupidness. But it's there. It's there. Lionheart says, not if you buy that Meta Gen X Talks bar and grill. Yeah, you're talking about being part of that virtual world, where you put on the goggles and you're part of a unit. They actually are selling real estate in there now. They're selling places. If you want your business, your establishment, your home, whatever, they're selling places so you can be the center of attention. Unfucking real. This is the current thing I'm making fun of that I'll probably have to change my mind on later in life. Elizabeth Rojas says, that won't happen, General. The bottom of the glass nation is strong and like a family. I agree. I do agree with you. All right, so listen. Looking on the sheets. Getting yelled at from the office, from the study by Gen X Mom. Tomash is in there for members of the service who work and invest sweat and blood and love for all behind the scenes and are always available to help. Yes, I agree with that, Tomash. There's a lot of them men and women out there. Love those guys. Disney Kid, here's to add to the comedy tour tickets, General. And last one, Kyle Carter, you need to come to Indianapolis. I'll show you how to drink in the Midwest. Lionheart's in the Midwest. He's a lot closer. I'll send him as a representative because you guys would fucking drink me under the table. Just a reminder, some circumstances came up. We're not going to be able to go to the comedy show in Burbank at Flappers tomorrow, but we are buying tickets. And anybody who's bought a ticket, we're encouraging you to leave it. The comics that are there are great fucking guys. And if you guys go buy one ticket, if you just buy a ticket in there, you buy two. Gilbert says he was going to buy a couple. I'm going in to buy some today. I'm leaving the ticket money there. They'll pull people in from the street. They'll get people to fill it up. They always do. It's a good area. It's a good place. It's in Burbank. But even without Gen X Talks being there, it's still a Gen X Talks event. And those comics could use the money. This is how they make a living. This is what they do. Flappers will make their money off food and drinks for the people that come in, but the comics get the money from the door. They get the money from the ticket sales. So they're going to they're going to do the heavy lifting. They're going to carry everything. We're not going to be there on this one, but there's some exciting other stuff coming up that we are going to be at, and it's going to be in it's covering a much broader area. Let me just say that, and we'll talk about that more as it comes up. But I am going to go down anybody who's bought a ticket. Even if you're in Scotland and you just go to the Flappers Burbank website to buy one ticket for these guys, believe me, they're good guys, and it does help them. And I feel bad that we couldn't make it, but we're doing what we can to put some money in their pockets. It's not a lot. They're $15 a ticket. The place only holds 50 people. Do the math. That's not a ton of money. What is that, like $750 total? For $750, you could buy the whole room out, and the comics get to split it. Now, the comics are going to do many shows that night, but they take $100 from here and $80 from there. This is how they pay their bills. It's how they feed their families. So I feel like we got to do this for them. I'm not asking you guys to do it unless you want to, but I am. I'm going to go help out with that. I want to do a good thing by those guys. So that's it. I just want to let you guys know what's going on. Thank you guys for sticking around. I'll let you guys know what the total ticket sales was down there at Flappers. We won't be there tomorrow as we had wanted to. The kid now is hurrying because it was a last-minute issue that came up. He's now hurrying to try to get to where he can go to his homecoming dance with his girl. He's got his head on straight. He's unburdened from the lies and deceit he was telling. He has been cleansed, and he's having a better day. But don't worry. Within about an hour, he'll fuck something up and make me mad, and the whole thing will start over again, and I'll light his car on fire. And when I do, I'm sure he'll videotape it and show it to you fine folks. You know why? Because that's just the stupid shit he does. Anyway, we ran a little bit long. I'm glad you guys got to see the kid for a bit. Thank you guys for showing up. It's Friday. If you haven't started drinking, start drinking now, man. The weekend is upon you. Don't waste it. Everyone at Gen X Talks wishes you well, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side.